Alright guys, how you doing? You alright? Let me know in the comments. How are you doing? How's your summer? Welcome back to another video on the FPL Updates channel where we're going to reflect on the first game week in what's been a rather low scoring game week, but it's thrown up a lot of surprises, given us a lot of dilemmas. So let's reflect, as we say, on who we should be picking for the next game week and how game week 1 went for us so far. So this team you can see on the screen is of course the overall dream team as well as the game week 1 dream team, because obviously there's only been one game week. This is the best possible 11 you could have had, and I bet you no player would have had 2 or 3 of these, because if you look at it, you know, you've got 2 Leicester players in there, you've got Joe Gomez of Liverpool, you've got 2 Palace players, you've got Aruna Kone. So it's been a bit of a weird one, but we can delve into it and we can see where exactly we can try and get some points from ahead of the second game week. So the first bit of advice I would have is that don't judge the players' performance just on the fixture they're going to play in, okay? Because we're still in pre-season, the season starts a lot earlier this year because of the Euros next summer. So they're still in pre-season, many players are still unfit. That's what we saw with the Arsenal-West Ham game, you know. West Ham had a lot of players fit because they've been playing a lot of Europa League games. Arsenal, you know, a bit of a tired, they're just coming back of the win against Chelsea. So that's why we've got Adrian in goal. He's put in a great performance. Many of you had Petr Cech, but that's not always the case in the early season games, you know. Chelsea are the same. Chelsea didn't win either. We ain't got a single Chelsea player in this team. But we've got Andre Ayew sitting there with 10 points. Now, the good thing about him is he's predominantly a striker, but on the game, he's a midfielder. So he could be a little bit of a dark horse on this season's Fantasy Premier League. Now, the highest scoring person this week was Yaya Toure with 16 points. No player in this game got more than him. But remember, we had that, was it a couple of seasons back? Yaya Toure was the midfield man to have when Manchester City won the league. You've also got Vincent Kompany in there as well. But don't get too excited about these City players, because if you look at their next fixture, they are hosting Chelsea. And boy, you're not going to get many points there, I'll tell you that. That's probably their hardest home game all season. So don't rush into the Manchester City players and don't judge the performances just from one match. So that's what I'd say about the City players. You've also got those 2 Leicester lads in Brighton and Mahrez. Now Leicester actually travelled to West Ham, so you wouldn't want to get Adrian involved with Brighton and Mahrez. But Mahrez looks a great player. Remember, he actually won the penalty, so otherwise it would have counted as an assist had he not taken it. Plus, he hit the post. So he could be another dark horse on this game. And you've also got Johan Kabay. You know, we know what he's like on this game. Great at Newcastle, getting 10 points there. He could be a great player to have. But again, they're playing Arsenal in their next game, Crystal Palace. So be careful when putting him in your side. So now let's look ahead to the second game week. And these are the fixtures we have. We've got a Friday night game, so it's a 4-day game week. Very exciting indeed at this early stage of the season. So make sure you get your teams done quite early. You know, you've only got until Friday evening to get them done, because Aston Villa host Manchester United on Friday night because of Man United's involvement in the Champions League qualification. Now, if you look at those fixtures, it's quite a tricky one, because you've got City playing Chelsea, you know, the 2 big boys. It's quite hard to really, you know, have players from both sides getting involved there. But the good one is you've got Liverpool hosting Bournemouth, and Bournemouth didn't look too good in the opening game. You've got Liverpool, who kept a clean sheet at Stoke, something very hard to do. So I think it might be best holding on to that Monday night captain and getting Philippe Coutinho involved, because he scored an absolute wonder goal, pretty much won the game for the Reds, and I think Coutinho is the man to have as captain for game week 2. Looking at the other fixtures as well, you've got West Ham and Leicester, a game between 2 sides who both won their opening games. So it'll be hard to maybe pick sort of a team really to get your place. You know, do you want your Adrian and your Payet, or do you want your Mahrez and your Brighton? I'll leave that one up to you. And you've also got Spurs hosting Stoke, 2 sides who lost and are yet to score, so maybe one of them will most definitely get off the mark. So that's been our look on the first game week and a look ahead to the second game week. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you disagree with my choice of captain as Coutinho, leave a comment below, and remember to join our league, our FPL Updates League, which is sponsored by WolfBet, in which there's a £250 cash prize if you come in first place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.